welcome to piano lesson number 25. Today I'm going to be talking about chords, how to find them on a specific key. Like if you're playing on, say, the key, you're playing on the C key. So by the end of this one you should be able to play the C major, C minor, C dominant, 7th, and C diminished 7th. And then I'm also going to talk about minor thirds, major thirds, and also how to find the key of a piece by looking at a song, like the sheet music. Okay, so let's start with what we need to look at first here is the difference between a minor third and a major third. So a minor third is, well, let's look at a major third. So say we have our C major scale here. Ta-da! Okay, what we're going to do is, if you remember from previous lessons, I'll just do a quick review. From here to here is a second. It's 1, 2. That's a second. From here to here is a third. That's a fourth. That's a fifth. That's a sixth. That's a seventh. That's an eighth. Or a perfect octave. So from here to here is a third. But that's actually just a general term. It's kind of like giving you, if someone told you that they live in a certain city but not telling you what street it was on, or say they told you, hey, I live on this street, but they didn't give you the address. That's basically about how precise it is. So what we want to do is we need to distinguish between a major third and a minor third. So you're probably wondering, how am I going to be able to distinguish the difference? So what we're going to do is, it's actually quite simple. A major third is the third that occurs in a major scale. So C major, all we do is we count the third note. 1, 2, 3. So that's a major third. Now if we are into a different key like D major, so we've got C and F sharp as our raised notes. So our third note is the F sharp. And this one, 1, 2, that's a major third. So this is a major third, and this is a major third. Now you're probably wondering, but how do I know what all the different scales are? Good question. You have to follow the major scale pattern, which I also outlined before, which is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now, what I really recommend is that you get to know your circle of fifths extremely, extremely well, which I also showed at an earlier lesson. So, memorize your whole circle of fifths, and I want you to go to the piano and actually learn every single scale, so that you know them so well on the piano that you can picture in your head, and you can just close your eyes, picture the piano keyboard in your head, and you can kind of press down all the keys in your mind of which keys belong to that scale. So you should know every scale. And believe me, that will help you so much in your piano playing. It'll just be like, I don't know, it's the biggest tool that you could ever have for learning about all the technical things and learning stuff. That'll help you a lot. I apologize if I'm not making too much sense. My surgery is actually in the day after tomorrow, and it's pretty much nighttime, so it's basically a day away, and I've been kind of frazzled and nervous and anyway. Okay. So getting back on topic. We're getting a major third occurs in a major scale. So guess what? A minor third occurs in a minor scale. Now, in A minor, the pattern for this was tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Did I just mess that up? Sorry, not thinking. Tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. Now, I realized in my earlier video when I was covering minor scales, I kind of confused some people with when I went to here on the harmonic scale. So I think my lesson number 26, when I release that later, I'm going to focus on clearing up what the difference between a natural harmonic is, what a harmonic minor is, and what a melodic minor is. But I'll get to that later. That's just what's going to be in the next lesson. Anyway, In a minor scale, it goes tone, semitone. Those are the first two. So if we're on C, that pattern takes us tone, semitone, tone, tone, and then it goes, oh, how does that, yeah, that's the natural minor. I'm trying to remember this. I know this is the harmonic. Okay, yeah, so we've got that. So this is going to be the minor third here, and this is the major third. So this one occurs in a minor, and this one occurs in a major. So when I say I'm playing from C to E, that's a major third. From C to E flat, that's a minor third. Okay? Now, another way we can do this is to just count them. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones. So it takes 4 semitones to get a major third. So 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a major. So it's 4 semitones. So I'm counting the one, I'm not counting the note I'm playing, I'm counting the one after it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if we want to get a minor third, we just count 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I have a minor. So the reason I'm making such a big deal about this is because all chords are built on major thirds and minor thirds. All you have to do is remember the pattern between them, which is quite easy. All major chords are as follows. It's a major third and a minor third. So this is a major third and this is a minor third. If you don't believe me, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now 1, 2, 3. So remember, 3 was a minor and 4 was a major. So we have a major third and a minor third. So major, minor. Major third, minor third. And then we can add the C up here to fill it out and complete it all together. Pretty simple, right? Yep. So that's how you find a major chord on any single key. You just look for major and then a minor. Now if you know your scales really well, then you don't even have to look, you just know what's involved in that scale. Because I know in G major this is a third up from that, and then from here to here I know in B minor a third up is the D, and then we just add the G. But that's the power of learning the circle of fifths, which I really, really recommend. Okay, so finishing that, that's the major. Now the minor, it's actually quite easy. All we do is we flip. It's kind of like a battery. If say this is the positive side and this is the negative side, so it's like major third, minor third. Now all we're going to do is flip it. So now it's minor third, major third, minor and then major instead of major, minor. It's really quite simple. So if you have like the positive end of a battery and then a negative end of the battery, all you do is flip it around. And then you get a minor scale. So, all we're going to, not a minor scale, a minor chord. So, we go from a minor third, so we count 3, and then we count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, now it's a minor chord. Pretty cool? I hope so. Okay, now, you might notice, what's the difference between a major and a minor? All I'm doing is lowering the third. This is called the third, and this is the fifth. And that's the eighth. So, 1, 3, 5. How you get that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I lower the third of the chord down 1 key, 1 semitone, and it becomes a minor. You can do that anywhere. That's a minor. Like so. Okay, so that's how you find a minor chord. Now, the pattern for a dominant seventh, which is something that always leads back to the tonic, which is something I'm going to get onto in a later lesson. This is, I'm focusing only on one key. How to play the same chord, all these different chords on just one key to keep it nice and simple. Okay, now with this one it's going to be built like this. It's actually comprised of 4 basically 3 intervals instead of the 2, because before we were just going major, minor, or minor, major. Now, with this one, it's a 4-note chord, so it has 4 different notes. So there's 3 different intervals. There's this one, and that one. So, as we've already pointed out before, this is a major third. This is a minor third. 1, 2, 3. Now let's count this one out. 1, 2, 3. So this is a minor third as well. A dominant 7th chord is comprised of major third, minor third, minor third. So it's major, minor, minor. Just keep remembering that. It's major, minor, minor. Anyway, okay, so that's a dominant 7th. Now, the last one is called the diminished 7th. Think of diminished as small, and think of minor as a smaller chord, because would you say this is smaller? This is smaller than this one, isn't it? This is major, and then when you go to minor, it gets a little bit smaller. It gets smaller, and that's like diminished. Diminished. If we were actually going to play here, and we played a E double flat, this would actually be called a diminished third. But that doesn't happen very often. I'm not going to focus on that. So, minor third. And diminished chords, because they're diminished, think of them all as small. So it's just minor, minor, minor. So they're all going to be minor thirds. Okay? Diminished chords actually sound quite spooky. And you can actually hear a good example of diminished chords in the Moonlight Sonata first movement by Beethoven. All you need to do is you go into the Moonlight Sonata, you listen to it, and about halfway through you should hear some part that goes like... Anyway, I can't really remember it too well. I haven't played it in about 7 years or something. But anyway, so the part where it's all going crazy and and it sounds kind of creepy and it's all broken up, all those are is diminished chords, just broken up into alternate note patterns. So it's just like taking this chord and going, and then that's all he's doing. It's really quite simple, but people are like, whoa, it sounds so cool. So you can get some pretty cool effects from diminished chords. So all you have to do is remember, it's just minor third, minor third, minor third. Okay? Alright, so I've kind of whizzed through all this stuff. If I'm going too quickly, just go back and watch it again. The reason I'm going quickly is because I don't have a lot of time at the moment. I'm really busy trying to get everything organized. I have 3 exams coming up at the end of the month, plus my surgery, so I'm going to be like out of it and I'm going to be racing to get studying done and everything. The only reason I'm actually doing this at the moment is because I promised one last video before I was going to be getting my surgery done. But don't worry, once I am back, after the Christmas break, I will be making more videos again. You can expect another 25 lessons from me, hopefully. I'm going to keep on going. Okay, so I have this piece out here. Now this is... my hand is hurting. Okay, we have Nocturne in E-flat major by Chopin. Now, how do we know it's an E-flat major? Okay, now if you know your circle of fifths, which I hope you do, you'll notice that the first way to find out what key the piece is in is looking at this. This is called the key signature. This will give you a telltale sign of down to which key it could be by only 2 keys. It can only be either the major version or the minor version. So you look at the key signature, it has 3 flats. So when I want to find what, if I'm looking at flats and I want to know which major key that is, I just count backwards. That's an E flat, so that is E flat major. Now if this was only 2 flats, I'd count back and it's B flat major. Just like that. And the more flats you go, you just cancel the last one and go back 1. Okay. And then you just kind of look at it and whatever. Okay. So, it could either be E flat major or its relative minor. So, we count back 3 semitones from E flat. 1, 2, 3. That means it's C minor is the relative minor. Now, C major and C minor, either one of them don't own the key signature any more than the other one does. But the major key seems to have more preference by a lot of people, maybe because it's happy or something, I have no idea. Probably because it was easier to write with in the older times and people wanted to hear something happy versus something sad. That is my guess. Okay. Now, how are we going to tell if it's in C minor or in E flat major? Well, one of the first things we look at is the first key. The first note is a B. It's a B flat. And you're thinking, okay, so that doesn't have anything to do with E or C. Well, actually it does. Usually, the start of a piece will start either on the tonic of the key, which is the first note of that scale. So if it was an E flat major, the tonic would be E flat. Or it starts on the dominant, which in this case would be B flat. The dominant is the fifth note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's B flat. So guess what? He started on B flat, which is the dominant of E flat major. But that still doesn't mean that it's going to be an E flat major. Let's take some other looks. Ooh, look, there's an E flat down here. So it's going from B flat to E flat. That is a classic example of that's strongly suggesting that it should be in the key of E flat major. Okay, let's keep looking. Now, a way to tell if it's in the minor key of that is all you do is, if you saw, what you do is, say you're not sure if it's E flat major or C minor. You look through the music, and if you see that the dominant is raised of the major key, that means that it is going to probably be in a minor key. So if we can see any B naturals here, that'll give us a sign that it's in the harmonic minor, which is C minor. Wow, I hope I'm not losing any notes. But you see, Chopin is notorious for using chromaticism, so he changes his accidentals a lot. So these are all different ways you can find which key it's in. But, okay, I'm going to save the best method for last. Just flip to the very end of the song and look at the bottom note. Is that an E or is it a C? That is an E flat. So that tells me it's an E flat major, because a piece usually always ends on its tonic. So if it was in C minor, there's no way it would ever end on an E flat. And that's how it works. You just go to the very end of the piece and look at what note is on the bottom. But you also need to look at the key signature. So that's the big thing here too. Okay. Trying to get the camera on this thing. Here we go. Okay. So that's my lesson for today. I hope that wasn't too fast or too blah, went over your head. So I'm just going to be talking about random stuff about my surgery and stuff, so if you want to just stop it now, or you can keep listening if you actually care. Okay, so I'm having my surgery on Wednesday. It's Monday night right now. It's almost 12 o'clock, midnight. So I have to get up early tomorrow and then go in for blood work, and then I'm going to be running around all day tomorrow and then teaching my last day of piano before I have a break with my surgery. They're going to cut my jaw, pull it forward, possibly wired shut, maybe not. I don't know yet. I'll know once I wake up. They haven't told me yet. So, I won't be making another piano lesson for about a month, maybe 2 months. So if you don't see a new one up, don't panic or anything. I didn't die. I'll still be replying to email messages that I get. So if you want to talk to me or say something to me, you can always email me. Other than that, I should be back within about 2 months, so you should definitely see a video out by maybe the second week of January for sure. but it could also be sooner as well, depending on how I'm feeling and how everything's going and stuff. But please be patient. I will be back, and I do really appreciate all the nice emails I've gotten, the nice support, all the comments. It's really nice. It always makes my day to hear like nice things and the feeling that people care and stuff like that. That's kind of why my videos are like half like instructional and half vlogs. I would actually it would be kind of fun to be a vlogger, but I don't know if I actually have the talent or the skill to do that. A lot of the time I like watch a vlog, like say like the wine cone or something, and I'll be like, oh, I could totally do that, and then I get on camera and I'm like, no, I can't. It's like those vloggers just say exactly what I'm thinking, and that's probably why they're popular, because they say what other people are thinking. Anyway, so maybe I'll do a vlog from my bed with like my bandages. I'll be like, oh guys, what's up? Wow. No, maybe not. I'll save you the trouble. But next time you see me, I'm gonna have a new jaw, and it'll be forward a bit, and hopefully it'll look okay. I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm like, yeah. I haven't been getting that much sleep because I've been kind of worrying about it, and don't know what it's going to be like when I wake up. Like, it's like you have this jaw your whole life, and then all of a sudden you wake up out of anesthesia and you're like, what? This is different. Okay, you're like, oh, I bumped into my jaw now. Whoa, that's not supposed to be there. And stuff like that. I don't know what to expect really. It's just going to be really shocking, and I like to talk, so it's going to be kind of annoying. So maybe that will mean more replying to comments and more replying to emails, although I have to say, and I'm not boasting, but I think I get back to almost all of my comments, and I get back to every one of my emails that I get. Probably about 98%. Okay. So I do appreciate everything. I will be back, so don't worry about me. I'll try to take it easy, and I will see you guys later. So I'm also going to have my birthday in the meanwhile. My birthday is December 1st. So if you guys want to send me like a birthday email or something, or a birthday comment, that's cool too. Leave comments on my page there at the front, on the profile. My channel page, there you go, that's what it's called. My brain is so scattered right now, just from the lack of sleep and everything. I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And I'm like, oh, and I have to make this video, and I have to make this video. And I kept putting it off, because I was getting other stuff done, like I had to buy pajamas and, okay, fine, I could have done it earlier, but I didn't. I procrastinated, I'm sorry. Anyway. So I'll see you sometime after Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, have a good holiday, and look forward to more piano videos. I'm going to be talking about minor scales and maybe go into harmony and stuff like that and get more advanced. Okay, so I don't want to say goodbye. It's going to be so long. Okay, goodbye.